Hi, Ani. What am I trying to do here? That's what I'm trying to do. Okay. What am I doing here? I'm still trying to get all this stuff here all onto the socials. Oh yeah, no, I'm fine. I'm just old and senile, that's all. So that should work. Yes, okay. What am I trying to do? What am I trying to do? All right. Go. Come back over here, copy this, go to my Discord, and come over here and do this, and do this, and that. Hey, thank you for the sub, Fly Low Am. Appreciate you. What's up, Mage? How you doing? Let me see over here. Turn the volume of the game down a little bit so it doesn't interrupt all the stuff I'm doing over here. Send now. There we go. Okay. So that should be all the socials up over here. Dun, dun.
Come on, let's start fighting.
Let's see here. It's such a good song. All right, here we go. Let's see here.
Come on, let's start fighting.
So I'm waiting for someone in particular to show up over here so I can start showing off some Kimberly tech over here. Let me see here. Mostly just because, Kimberly's got a lot of really interesting tech, and the way that I use this character is very, very specific here on what I'm trying to do and how to get Oki with this character. I was kind of doing similar stuff with Elena last time, and I kind of want to do this for Kimberly, for some guys out there, for some other people who are trying to learn Kimberly. Oh man, I was just doing a document recently just for fun, measuring the horizontal range of all of Kimberly's normals. And if you actually want to know just how bad the range of all her normals are, like, it's actually kind of crazy. Because obviously this is going to be the farthest range normal that she has, but it also has the worst hurt box in the world, and then this is the second longest one over here. But after that, like, her longest normal is actually her sweep, and the sweep is only barely longer than her standing medium kick, like, only barely. So standing medium kick is actually her longest range poke that doesn't get her killed if someone blocks it. I mean, at point blank range, you could hit me with a 4-frame button theoretically, but she gets pushed back so far that it's basically almost never gonna happen. Nobody has a 4-frame that reaches this far. So technically this button is not punishable on block, theoretically, right? Like, so most people, like, this is a 5-frame button. So while you can take your turn. Oh yeah, this thing is a normal. This thing is a normal, and it's a terrible, terrible move, Mage Nicholas. Like, you have to realize how bad this move is. The best way to use this move is actually this. That is clearly the best way to use this move because it is 26 frames and that's -3. But if you notice something right here, if I hit you with a, like, say, a crouching light punch or a crouching, let's do like standing light kick, right? 11, you can see on the bottom of the screen there, this is 11 frames block stun, right? For a light attack. This is 8 frames, this is 9 frames, this is 19 frames, 15 frames, that's 17 frames, that's 20 frames. All right, okay, so, you know, lights are gonna be around like 10 frames, you know, 8, 9, 10, 11. Mediums are gonna be around like, you know, like 15. This is like the smallest block stun that I have for a normal at 15, but they're generally around like 19, 17, 18, 19, 20-ish. This move has 13 frames of block stun. It has no block stun at all whatsoever. And then, of course, because it has no block stun, I actually can't do anything about standing light punch. So if I neutral jump, you hit me. If I back jump, I get away, which is nice. But if I forward hop, you jab me, right? If I yep, can't do anything, I can get away. So basically, that's just to get away, right? And that's it, that's all you get, right? So you cannot actually do any mix-up here. So there's no actual mix-up off of this if you just jab afterwards. The only thing I can do is that. That's the only thing I can do. Which is cool and all, but look at that. I just did 1,400 damage. Now, obviously the corner carry is nice, but if you think that I'm gonna try to go for this and then you throw me instead, I lose 2,040 damage. So it is a really big risk, right? So like, if she ever does this, yeah, just jab afterwards. Now some characters can't jab afterwards, like Luke, because Luke just has an unfortunate standing light punch that moves forward. However, if he just crouching heavy punches, that's easy, no problem. So if Luke just does a crouching heavy punch, he's fine, right? So, and there's basically nothing I can do about that either. So but he just does crouching heavy punch like this, right? So like, right, so bouncing away is gonna be the safest thing for me. But if you're, and you know what the craziest thing about it, you're like, well, okay then. Okay, so that's a problem, but, what if I drive rush first? What if I drive rush and add 4 entire frames of block stun to this thing? Yeah, no, nothing. Doesn't help. Doesn't help at all. What's up, Rook? Yeah, doesn't do anything. Because again, the block stun is just so goddamn short. So again, the best thing about this though is now I'm +1. So I win on this. So if I can actually get in like this, I can actually hit you. Right? So I can actually do that because I'm plus in that situation. But as I've said, Kimberly's hop kick might have one of the worst hurt boxes in the entire planet. This thing, just like, if you know it's coming, like, it's so easy to hit, right? Like it just doesn't beat anything, right? And like, okay, let's avoid some lows here, right? Okay. I'm actually sweeping too early here. Look at this, like, okay, maybe that worked there, but like, it's not even particularly good for getting over stuff. And in fact, if you look at this, and this is like literally the worst right here. Anybody who has used Kimberly and fought against Jury and has tried to make it over this fireball here just gets depressed. I mean, like, look how far and early I have to be. Like, it just has like the worst hurt box on the planet. So like, it's not very, very good. It is not a very, very good move. And the other thing that's really bad about it too is that it doesn't have as much range as you think it does. So if I actually just have her do this, right? Like, you see how like, it doesn't trigger the proximity until kind of late, right? So if I'm just at the tip of the range here, I could just walk out of the range like this. Oops. Okay, maybe not that badly. Okay, they did buff it recently, but you can walk out of it pretty easily. Or just backdash and then you can just murder it. So yeah, the move is not very good. That being said, it still has very, very much uses, okay? So this move still has a lot of uses, okay? Like I said, if you can sneak this in here, you're +1, right? So that's important right there, but I'll show you where probably one of the best uses of this. But yeah, if I do this, I actually am +1, so I get to move first here, right? But one of the best uses of this move is going to be for this, right? If I do this, right? Let's say I do that with Kimberly here. Whoops. Kimberly's really bad at stuffing drive rushes, but she can do it, right? So you're like, haha, you can't do this to me, right? Because you're trying to sneak in with this, but as soon as I see you come, I'm just like, you know what? I'm gonna stuff you here like this, right? So everybody needs a good way to be able to sneak in, so you can actually do this with Kimberly here like this. So if someone tries to stuff you from too far away, you might be able to punish counter him with, you know, in this situation. Now again, this button has startup for days, so it's very easy to block in time. It's really only if I really try to go late like that, right? And then if you do get a punish counter on that, you know, you can't, whoops, you can get a full combo off of this, right? So that becomes a full combo. But the other thing that you'll notice too is that you can't do it from here or here. It has to be done from here. Because if you're any closer than that, like, the startup of it is so bad. Like, it just doesn't help. Look at that. The hurt box on this is terrible. I've told people the hurt box on this thing is terrible. And this is what I mean. Like, it's just, so there you go. You have to, in order to make it work, you have to do it from this far away. Now, the nice thing about this is that, you know, this is not terrible here either. Whoops. Let me do regular here. You know, from far away, you can sneak in with something like that. And on block, you know, it's still -1. But if you sneak up out of nowhere, But the other things that, yeah, no, forward heavy kick, this move is one, like, it's, I have tried so hard to make this move work. Like, well, I have tried so hard to make this move a real thing, and it's just not. Oh, you just mean medium kick. This button right here, you're talking about this button. Yeah, everybody says this move is super, super godlike, and it's not that good. Mostly because most characters' crouching medium kicks reach farther than this. Like, everybody that I've talked to, they're like, what are you talking about? Kimberly's standing medium kick reaches so far. And I'm like, bro, like, your crouching medium kick reaches farther than mine. And they're like, that's not true at all. And I'm like, yes it is. Look at that. Okay, so I can't hit you here. So I'm gonna save this state like this. Save this state like this. All right, so that's my save state, right? Okay, so I gotta back off a little bit here. Let me move forward like this. I can't remember if reuse is one of them, because this is gonna hit right there. So that's too far, so I just need to move forward one frame. There we go. Yeah, so there we go. So that hits like so, and my medium kick does not hit at this range. Right? So again, most crouching medium kicks have a better range than Kimberly's standing medium kick. And my standing medium kick doesn't hit you low, yet it still has the same scaling on it as a crouching medium kick. A little bit less, maybe. But you can see right there, 68 on the second button and 72 on the second button. So in other words, if I did, for example, like this, what am I, +5, and I did this, right? That's 85% on that one. And then if I did this, 80%, right? So it's not quite the same scaling, but I get crazy scaling on this, and everyone's like, this button can't be whiff punished. Dude, the amount of times that this move just gets incidentally hit because I threw it out and the opponent just decided to swing is unbelievable. Like, I get beat up by trying to throw this move out all the time. And keep in mind too, and this is the main thing, right? A lot of people don't understand of this about Kimberly, and sorry, Rook, I'm doing a how to beat Kimberly lesson here more than anything else here right now, is that most characters, you want to be careful of this crouching medium kick range, right? The problem is that most characters also have a button that reaches a little farther than the crouching medium kick range. So I call this the standard attack range. Well, I've got standing medium kick, I've got standing heavy kick, I believe standing heavy punch, yeah, has more range. So I have these extra buttons that you have to be careful of, right? And that's the thing. This is the really important thing about most characters. So like Ryu has this, Terry has stand heavy kick, Cammy has stand heavy kick, Mai has stand heavy kick, etc., etc. When you fight Kimberly, you don't have to be scared outside of her standing medium kick range. She cannot hit you with anything else that doesn't kill her. She can sweep, -10 on block. She can slide, -5 on block. So when you're outside of the standard range, which is the crouching medium kick range here against Kimberly, you don't have to worry about any other attack. You don't. And everyone's like, her standing heavy kick, heavy punches, so nope. Less range than her standing medium kick. Less range. Sorry. You can tell me all you want. Less range than the standing medium kick. Oh, the slide is safer than the sweep because they don't want anybody's sweep to be good. And the slide is, if her slide was that bad, she'd be useless. Useless. By the way, Rook, this is really important and you're gonna have to get used to doing this. I am not used to doing this, so I still miss this a lot. So if I'm Ryu and I do something like this, let me do this better here. Like so, right? This happens a lot to Kimberly because her range sucks, right? Especially like if you're fighting Jamies who sit there and, you know, oh God, it's so annoying here. So keep in mind most sweeps are about -12 or more. And one of the reasons why they added the knockdown to the punish counter is that the slide becomes your sweep counter. This is what you actually have to get used to doing when you block a sweep, is sliding at them. Because that will give you the knockdown. So if you're fighting against like Jamie especially, because before, when you didn't get the knockdown on that, you would slide and punish counter them and you might still be minus or something like that, and it's like really annoying. So like Jamie, I know they made his a little bit easier to hit now. Oh, that was a good one right there. Oh no, they just nerfed Jamie's a lot. Because before it was really easy to stay safe. But this will always work, right? Because like I said, as long as the sweeps are -11 or more, because this has 11 frame startup, you'll always be able to punish that. Then you'll be +37, which is an awkward number for Kimberly, but I think, what do I do with her? I think double dash works with this. So if you just double dash, yeah, so you're +1 in this situation. So, actually, I should be +2, I think. Nope, just +1. So at least I have the frame advantage in this situation here. So that takes advantage, but I also think you can also do something like low jab, that's what it was, low jab. And I'm +5, right? So if you block this and do this, low jab +5, which means I should be able to get the throw. Oh wait, no, sorry. Don't do low jab, don't do low jab because it is a +6 scenario. And +6 means that your throw will whiff because of the one extra throw invul frame on wake up. What you actually want to do is crouching light kick or standing light punch. Either one of those is better. Because if you do that, now I'm only +5. And now a meaty throw will hit guaranteed. And being +5 also means that's a true meaty situation right there. So, oh, did someone raid? Hey, what's up, Battle Spectrum? Thank you. And Richard Wynn's back here in the chat. Nice. So, yeah, with a crouching light kick and then dash, and then you're +5. And if I'm not mistaken, whoops. If I just, what was it? What did I do before? There is a way to... that's +6. So yeah. So I think what's nice about this is that, let me see if I got this right. That should, yeah, okay. Yeah, it's just +8. It doesn't give you anything. So one of the toughest things for Kimberly is that +8 doesn't really give you much for Kimberly. +6 and +9 are the ones that you're really interested in. But unfortunately, +8 doesn't really do much for her. Oh, what's up, Passion? Passionate, I will say, I will guess. But yeah, this is the best way to punish sweeps with Kimberly is this, right? And then, like I said, with a crouching, whoops, light kick dash, and then I'm +5 if you time it right, right? So, whoops. And that's a meaty throw situation right there. So that's a nice thing to have. Oh, hey, what's up, Fonzie? Thank you for the resubscription. And +8 is thick because meaty stand, meaty 5 HK. Yes, yes. So if you can be +8, yeah, well, so if you can be +8 in a block or Oki situation, yes, it is great because then you can get the trade combos, which is really, really nice. But if it's in the middle of a combo, so if I hit you and I get +8, doesn't really do much for me, right? Like +9 is important because +9 gives you standing heavy punch, and +6 gives you another crouching strong or a standing strong, like that. So you can follow and check out our follower emotes for James's chat, and you should also join my Discord as well. Please, please, please check out my Discord. If you can't, oops. There you go. So definitely check that out. And why do I not have my YouTube chat over here? Let's see. Why is it not connected to my YouTube chat right now? Let me take a look at something here. Integrations? Is that what it is? No, it's not that. Platforms is what I'm looking for. YouTube. Oh, okay, so I'm not signed in over here. Let's do this. Let's do this. Let's do this one here. Okay, that's fine. Okay, all right, let me refresh this now and connect. Why do I still not have my YouTube channel? Come on. Did I connect to the wrong thing? Was I supposed to connect to my brand account? Is that what I was supposed to do? Shoot. All right, let me do forget this account. Well, looks like I can't do that right now. Why can't I get this to show up again? Man. All right, you know what? Let me check something over here. What am I trying to do? Okay, I'm trying to go over here. Click on the chat. And that'll pop up on this window over here. And yeah, the YouTube chat is not showing up there. I don't know what's going on. I'll have to fix this later. I'll fix this later. But in any case, oh, I see. There, you couldn't paste it over there. Like, I'll do it then. I'll just copy and paste it. If I come over here to YouTube, this is the studio. This is. Let me click on the live link over here. Live streaming. Something went wrong. What? Why? What is happening over here? All right. Bruh. This thing is so messed up right now. Let me see this. Okay, content. YouTube has a lot of work to do, I'm telling you right now, to be as usable as I would like it to be. Because right now it's very hard to get into all these like different places and dude, why can't I find my own goddamn chat? What the hell? Let's see.
Come on, let's start fighting.
You on YouTube. There we go. There we go. That's what I'm looking for. Here we go. All right. So I got the YouTube link. I got the Discord link pasted in YouTube now. But Rook, what I kind of want to teach a little bit with Kimberly here is that shut up, Echo. Okay. The thing that I really want to show about this, and also, by the way, if you want to know, just for fun, horizontal range, her crouching heavy punch is by far the worst because this thing doesn't hit. Like, I can whiff this and throw you, right? Like, that's how bad this is. Right? So, like, I mean, come on. And then standing heavy kick, the plus move, the move that's plus that everybody thinks is so good, is the second worst horizontal range buttons that she has if the opponent is crouching. If they are standing, it is still pretty bad, but it hits from a little farther away. But if they are crouching, then this button like doesn't hit for shit, okay? This move just does not do anything. Standing light punch is the third least range. Like, you'd think you'd be like Cammy or Chun-Li, that my standing light punch has more range than my crouching light punch, because that's what you would expect. No, crouching light punch has more range than standing light punch, weirdly enough. Then crouching light kick. And by the way, the differences between all these ranges is so minuscule. Then crouching light kick, then crouching medium punch. And then standing medium punch and crouching medium kick have basically the exact same range. Then back heavy kick. So this move is in the upper half of her horizontal ranged buttons. This move actually hits farther than over half of her normals. Then standing light kick. Then standing heavy punch. So yes, her standing light kick has more range than all of her medium buttons except standing medium kick. Her standing light kick has more range than her crouching medium punch, standing medium punch, and crouching medium kick. Standing light kick, ladies and gentlemen. Then standing heavy punch. And then finally standing medium kick, crouching heavy kick, slide, and then forward heavy kick. Oh boy. So yeah, if you're fighting her, keep that in mind. If you're outside of the range of this button, you don't have anything to be scared of. So if you're standing outside of this range of this button and you want to whiff punish her, it is hard, but you don't have to worry about getting hit by a random standing medium kick or a standing heavy punch. You know, you don't have to worry about those buttons keeping you a little bit honest. If you have to worry about those buttons, it's gonna push you out a little bit. Like, so I have to fight Ryu from this range, and I can't threaten Ryu from this range because he's got the standing heavy punch that I'm terrified of, like this, or he's got this crazy button of death, right? So I have to stand outside of that range, and because I'm standing outside of this range, I'm even less scary. Because now my standing medium kick is nowhere gonna hit you, and if I ever wanna tag you with this, I have to walk in range of all of your buttons. And so this is what makes Kimberly weak on neutral over here. Dulcim can be, except when you get Dulcim in the corner, Dulcim hates life. But if you can't get into the corner, it's an annoying fight. It is an annoying fight even with all of Kimberly's neutral skips. Mostly because all of her neutral skips are really, really good against grounded opponents. You know, stuff like this and such. But if Dhalsim does this, like, you got nothing. You have nothing to hit that. Like, you just don't have anything to hit that, right? So if Dhalsim does this, for example, let's do this really quick. Like so, right? Okay. So if he does that, and I'm like, oh, you know, I'm gonna try to, you know, sneak in there, Dhalsim can get heavy, kick and hit you, but wait, I have this move, right? This move is designed to anti-air people, right? So, like, yeah, 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 yeah. Doesn't work very well. So yeah, not particularly strong in that area there. All right. All right, so let's talk about the things that make Kimberly strong here. Kimberly, one of her biggest strengths is she gets Oki after everything. The only thing that she doesn't get Oki off of is Tatsu. But outside of that, she pretty much has Oki on everything. And so Kimberly becomes a giant exercise in memorizing your Oki. And that's really, really important for her. Fortunately, if you play Kimberly right, there's very much just really two Oki that you have to pay attention to, and then one extra one that's very, very valuable once you get into the corner situation.
Come on, let's start fighting.
And the Okis that you're gonna be very, very interested in are gonna be plus 26 and plus 30. All right? Easiest way to get plus 26, medium vagabond off of the target combo, because they have to be airborne, because if I hit them off of the ground, I'm plus 37, which was the same after the punish counter sweep. I'm sorry, the punish counter slide. It's the same as the punish counter slide. But if I do medium heavy target combo into this, plus 26. So this is a very, very, very important number to have in terms of Oki. The other one is plus 30, which is this standard setup right here. You get plus 30 here. Even if I just do it off of the ground, I'm plus 30. These are the two main Okis that you're gonna be paying attention to, because you can normalize almost all of your routes into 30 or 26. And this is where a lot of her power is gonna come from, right? And so what you wanna do now is develop as much tech as you can off of these. So 30 is the strongest one that she has. This one is easily by far the strongest one she has, because it's off of this, because it has good corner carry here like this, and once she gets here, she has a crap ton of options for Oki in this situation, and it is really robust here. So getting plus 30 is really strong. So we'll start by Drive Rush here. Drive Rush into Slide is the most famous one, because it automatically makes the slide hit on the very, very last frame. And if you notice, I'm plus 4 on block, right? So this is very good. But this is the standard one, and be careful, because people will start perfect parrying this a lot, all right? However, you know, obviously on hit, you're plus 10. Yeah, you're plus 10. If you want to be, I mean, obviously you just do that, or you just do, you know, whoops, that wasn't what I wanted to do. I wanted to do this. Right, and then combo after that, right? So that's obviously the power of the slide there. Well, the nice thing about this too is that instant run overhead. Instant run overhead is great as well, and thanks to the perfect parry nerf, at least they have to guess, although you can kind of see which one it is, right? But what's beautiful about plus 30 and running overhead is that this also hits on the very, very last frame. Which means on block, I'm plus 1. This move is normally -3. But because of 5 active frames, I can shift it enough. -3 plus 5. So -3, -2, -1, -0, plus 1. So you shift it that way so that you can actually be plus 1. Like so. So if the enemy on block reversal tries their 4-frame button, whoops. You get that, right? So you try to counter poke with crouching light punch and then you link into that, which is very, very nice. Like so. Very, very, very good. Very, very good. On hit, you're plus 27, if I'm not mistaken, and there's a lot of things that you can do here. Namely, if you don't want to think about it a lot, just do another run overhead. The second one will be meaty by 1 frame, but if you actually hit them with an overhead, if you just feel like being an asshole, you can do that over and over and over and over and over again, because if they wake up with crouching light punch, you trade. This is actually a true setup here. However, if you do trade, you cannot run into overhead again, right? You cannot do that again, so. If they do a drive reversal at which part, JNV? If they panic and drive reversal against the slide or the overhead? Because if they do it against the slide, I don't think they can hit you in time. On block. Whoops. So yeah, you can punish that right there, right? I think they can hit the overhead. Oh no, they can't. So they can't hit that. So, okay, so what if happens if they just do it on wake up, right? So, whoops. So if they do it on wake up, they'll hit you. But the slide, it will still block. So it is not necessarily the best option. And even if it did hit slide on wake up, so Rook, this is one setup that I don't see a lot of other Kimberlys use, and they really need to use this one, which is that. Drive rush, crouch, light kick in the throw. I throw so many people out of drive parries with this one. And it's not auto-timed, unfortunately. This one you just have to learn. When you see Kimberly duck all the way down on her drive rush, you see how she kind of does an arc? Like, picture her head doing an arc, and when her head reaches the low point, that's when you hit crouching light kick, like so. And you can see right there, if you do it right, whoops, see, if you do it too early, you're too far away. But if you do it right, you're still meaty enough to beat wake up jabs. Like that. So you're still meaty enough to beat wake up jabs. So this one is a really, really powerful option that I use a lot. I use this a lot on people because people know that people like to go for the slide or they like to go for like run overhead. Oh, that's right. Another option off of this is drive rush overhead because that's a true meaty as well. If they wake up with crouching light punch, it's a true meaty here, so you get to hit them. So that's like a guaranteed hit right there. So that's another one. So the three options mid-screen are drive rush slide, run into overhead, or drive rush overhead. And then make sure you add in drive rush crouch light kick into throw. Like so. Right? So that's really, really strong as well. So those are the 4 mid-range options. Unfortunately, there's some cool options, but they don't quite work the way that you want them to. Like, for example, dash heavy kick would have been really cool, except those last active frames do not hit crouchers. Otherwise, this would have been at least like a slight meaty attack, which would have been really cool. And that one just doesn't hit at all because you're just not in range. Because this move has no goddamn range. So unfortunately, that does not work mid-screen. So in general, those are the main mix-ups that I use here. The other really powerful mix-up here, obviously, is drive rush and do nothing, or drive rush and whiff a throw, like so. Drive rush into low jab can also work, but the problem is that the only way you're going to avoid a wake-up Shoryuken is with the throw. Like so, right? So, if I'm plus enough on the jab, that's right. So yeah, I can avoid it that way as well. So I can just do this, right? So, in fact, even if I do the crouching light kick one, at that timing, I should be able to block and beat this one up. So, you can just do all sorts of things, but that is obviously going to be one of the most important options that you're going to have, is to be able to stop yourself off of the drive rush so that you can bait wake-ups as well. So that's mid-screen plus 30 Oki. And again, very, very important number because I'll start showing you fun stuff later on that you really start to get some cool things out of a bunch of other knockdowns in this situation over here. But I'm trying to think if there was anything else I had off of this plus 30 knockdown situation here. Was there any other things that I felt like were worth doing? Probably not. Okay. So now we're gonna get into the fun situation here, where you can get plus 30 in the corner a lot, right? So obviously you can do this. So that's plus 30 here. Sencho, I just haven't installed it yet, but I'll get to it when I have the chance. I just haven't installed it yet. You can also get plus 30 by doing that. So if you can actually hit with a light vagabond edge that juggles the enemy as low as possible, that actually gives you plus 30 as well. So what you can actually do is turn that into the same mix-ups, right? You can turn them into the exact same mix-ups. And the nice thing about this is that that's 1827 damage. This is 1701 damage. So you're getting over 100 more damage for the same Oki. right? So I can do this and then drive rush overhead. I can do this into run overhead. And in fact, now if you're in the corner, drive rush immediate with jab into throw is auto-timed for you. So you don't even have to practice that crouching light kick timing, right? So this is really nice here. Now, once you've actually knocked them down, there's a lot of fun things that you can do here as well, right? So again, this is plus 30, and this is plus 30 here. If you are burned out or you happen to have no meter, what do you want as your options, right? Well, what you can actually do here is, where is my vagabond? What the hell? You can do something like with crouching medium kick into another medium kick. That won't hit super meaty, so if you want it to hit super meaty, I think light, oops, what did I do? Was it stand? Let me see. What did I whiff? What did I whiff? So it wasn't that, so I need something slower. So 18, 19, 20, 21. Oh, that's what it was. Empty run. That's what you're looking for. Empty run into crouching medium kick. Again, it works mid-screen. You can do that mid-screen, and if I'm not mistaken, you can't reach with that, but if you hit with, oh, you're only plus 7. Never mind. Yeah, you get nothing out of that mid-screen. So yeah, in this situation here, empty run into this is now plus 7. It's super meaty. So you get this whole combo here, and guess what? I'm plus 30 again. So I can do all sorts of really, really cool stuff over here. What's up, Storm Live? Not Storm Live, Stormative. So again, this is plus 30 here. So if you want to get a good meaty, empty run into crouching medium kick, if you decide to delay a little bit like this, you can throw, but you do have to delay, because if you don't delay, whoops, like you have to delay that throw. If you throw right away, you'll miss, so you gotta be careful of that one. But that's why I have the crouching medium kick here too, because that's a perfect frame kill for a throw in the corner. So this is a perfect frame kill for a throw, and if you do this like so, and do it again, you're plus 5, right? You're plus 5 in this situation, which means you're close enough for a target combo here. And we'll get into this in a little bit here, because the target combo gets a little more complicated here, but this might be your target combo of choice. Instead of doing this one here, you might want to actually do this one, because if you notice, that's 1414 damage, and this one is 1178 damage. So this target combo variation does a lot more damage. And hey, look at that. It's plus 26. Yeah. So once we get to the plus 26s, now all of a sudden you'll start finding out that there's a lot of fun that you can have over here now. So woohoo, a lot of fun times that you can have. Okay. So other things that you can do at plus 30. Another one that's really strong is dash into crouch heavy punch. Because now heavy punch, crouching heavy punch hits on the very last active frame. And a very, very good, it's a good, what was I gonna say? Shit, I forgot. but it hits and it's +8, which means that works, right? Does this work? I don't think it does. Yeah, that's too far. I'm pretty sure I'm in because I was in the Alpha Essential, but if you send me one later, I wouldn't hate it. So again, this is really good because on Burnout, you have a good mix-up here, right? This is really, really good on mix-up here. And then, if you actually look at this, on block, it's +3. It's +3 on block. So if I actually have Ken try to crouching light punch after that, sorry, I win. It's not even a trade, right? Whoops, I did it too late there. Like, that just straight up wins. So this is why this is a nice to have on Burnout here, because I can get plus frames without having to drive rush slide or any of that stuff over here. Now, you know, you might just go for this every time because it does more damage here. But a lot of times if the opponent is like standing like over here or something like this, it might not reach, right? So let's try 5 here. Yeah, like this, it's not gonna reach, right? And then also, sometimes you just wanna do this to mix them up. Because if the opponent doesn't realize that this and this are the exact same frame data right here, switching between them might make it so that they're less prepared. They're less prepared. So you might want to do this. But also, I like this follow-up here for one particular mix-up. So remember I said the crouching medium kick mix-up right here sets up for a perfect throw over here. Or I can do, whoops, let's just do this and just let him get hit. And then I get this mix up here, but here's another fun mix up. Withstanding medium punch. And it's most convincing on that. If you do it after this one, it's not as convincing, but if you do it here like this is kind of a tricky one here. And I'll show you why. Oops, wrong thing. There we go, that's what I want. Standing medium punch pushes you out of throw range, no matter what. Because she leans forward and then pulls back, and so it puts her out of throw range. So this is a no shimmy shimmy setup right here. Like that. I don't even have to walk backwards. I don't have to expose my legs on this one. And it looks like you're frame killing into a throw, right? Like, this just looks like a standard frame kill into a throw setup here. So if I just do this. Oh, look at this, I'm back to +30 again. Oh yeah, by the way, if you really, really, really want to be cool about this, if you can learn to micro walk for 1, 2, or 3 frames, so you have a 3-frame window, because normally, if you do this, that happens, right? But if you can learn to micro walk after this for 1, 2, or 3 frames, you can get the whole combo. Very hard to do. I wouldn't bother learning this unless you really, really needed to. And I'm getting it really easy right now because I have him on wake up throw. so I'm getting the counter hit. But you can do that. You can do that, but you have to micro walk. And yes, that includes the corner as well. Yes, even here, if you don't micro walk, it doesn't hit. But if you can micro walk a little bit, you can get the whole entire hit. Yeah, you can hold forward, but then you gotta switch to down forward medium punch, right? It's not super hard. It's not super hard, but you just really kind of, once you get used to the timing, it starts to get there a little bit. So, but again, this is a really nice setup here for the no shimmy shimmy. And again, like I said, you can throw in a bunch of fakes in this too, right? So this is too fast, which is why. Let me see. Oh, it's just crouching medium kick. I think is the best one. I think you can do standing medium kick. No, okay, that's. Oops. Let me see. Yeah, you can do standing medium kick and it's still a true throw meaty. You can do crouching medium kick, but you know, if you do standing medium kick one time and they get caught by it here, maybe they're not paying attention to what button it is that you did, so then this will work, right? So then they'll just be caught off guard because they're not paying attention to which button it is. Right. Also, another thing, what other wake reversal options could Ken try instead of throw? Could he beat that punch? Oh, yeah. So, I mean, there's, again, this is a standard shimmy setup here, right? Because this is a 9-frame button here, most of the time when you actually do this shimmy here, you're gonna kind of autopilot the timing of it. Like, you can see the actual whiff and then try to get it in time. You should be able to. But if the Kimberly isn't careful and just autopilots, Ken can easily do something like forward jump on wake up, right? So, and then he can cross me up and I can die over there. Again, the thing about it is the reason why I have so many options here is because what I'm setting up here is the standard attack throw shimmy mix-up. This is just the attack throw shimmy mix-up here, but done in a way that's very, very deceiving, right? So in every situation where you're setting the attack throw shimmy mix-up, Ken's options will always be attack, throw tech, or block. And if they have a wake up DP, try the wake up DP. That is always gonna be the setup here. So in other words, if I do this, but he decides to wake up with crouching light punch instead, then he can do low jab, drive rush cancel, or whatever like that. And my guess was wrong. My guess, what I'm trying to do is hope that he detects the lack of movement right there, and then he goes, oh shit. So what you'll actually see most of the time is you'll probably see a throw come after a few frames. Whoops. Didn't turn it on. Like, that's what you'll see most often because they'll detect nothing's happening, and most people try to tech throws based off of I didn't block something or they didn't attack, which means they must be throwing me. So this period of lull scares me, so I'm going to throw and then you die, right? But if you think the Ken is actually gonna wake up with the crouching light punch here, then I can just hit you with a meat, right? Like, whoops. Because that's how you counter wake up buttons. That's how you counter wake up buttons, is by coming with a meaty. So, in all of these situations, yeah, Ken can choose to block, he could choose to wake up with buttons and it will beat me both times. And if he just chooses to block, so if he just chooses to block, nothing is necessarily gonna happen over here, and I'm not taking advantage of it properly. Like, if he just chooses to block here, we're kind of in this stalemate situation because neither of us can throw each other, right? So this setup here is designed specifically to create the lull that scares people into throwing. But if the opponent doesn't do that prediction here, if he chooses to block or if he chooses to attack, as are the two other options besides try to throw tech in the standard Street Fighter 6 attack, throw, shimmy mix-up, then you guessed wrong. But again, that's why you have so many options, right? So if I do this, drive rush, whiff jab in the meaty throw, or I do, for example, whiff crouching medium kick in the meaty throw, or I can even do drive rush, crouch light kick in the meaty throw, or I can do, just manually time a meaty throw. If I only have one way to land the throw, they can look out for that. But because I'm setting up my ability to have so many different ways to land a throw, it's now harder for them to figure out what's going on, right? So again, plus 30 also means I can do this, which is the meaty overhead, that's plus 1. I can also do drive rush overhead, which is plus 1, on block, but is another overhead. So I have two overhead options over here. Or of course, I can just do a meaty attack, right? I can just do a meaty attack by doing this. I can just do a meaty attack by doing this. So all those options right there, drive rush into slide, dash into crouch heavy punch, crouching medium kick into crouching medium kick, are all the same mix-up. They're all the attack mix-up. So even though I'm doing 3 different things, crouch block beats all of those, right? Only drive rush overhead and run overhead would beat block. But again, you don't want to keep doing the same thing over and over and over again. You want to keep them guessing what's going on. I could even do crouching medium punch there if I want, but it's not plus. So this is plus. I'm plus 1 in this situation, so they have to still be scared of what I might want to do. So if you have trained the opponent enough to keep blocking after this, you can do grimy things like standing heavy kick, and now you're plus 2, so I can throw out a medium punch, and if they're blocking the whole thing, and then I can do that, or I can do even better, to spend no meter, I can do that, right? There's no gap in there. And as you can see, look at Ken's drive gauge in this situation. So I've drained over a block of his drive gauge, and now he has to be worried about that, right? So that's just the kind of thing, right? So yeah, again, blocking seems to be the best option, sure, but like I said, that's when you start throwing these in here, right? Or you start doing, which one was it? So again, this is based on you conditioning the opponent. This is why, so Tommy, you're absolutely right. Blocking is the best option because if I throw you, you take less damage because I'm Kimberly. 1, because her throw only does 1082 damage, while everybody else's throw does 1200 damage. But this is what conditioning is, and this is why throw loops happen. This is why a lot of people get caught by throw loops. right, is because throw is the best option. And that's why when you see a top player get thrown 5 times in a row, it's because they just didn't believe that the offensive player was gonna do that 5 times in a row, which is takes a lot of bravery to do, to actually go for a throw loop 5 times in a row. It's actually kind of a scary prospect because, you know, they could backdash, they could tech it, and if they tech your throw, you push back over there, you gain a little extra drive gauge, etc., etc., etc. How were we reunited at France? We weren't at France. We were in the studio. We were in the studio in Los Angeles, so we were not there, unfortunately. But that's plus 30. So this is plus 30 here. So she's got a lot of stuff off of plus 30, okay? And so the other one I talk about is plus 26, which, like I said, comes after this, right? And so what's nice about that option right there is that's 1701 damage. This is 1764 damage. So it's a little bit more damage. But also, if you just switch up what you do, you're keeping the opponent guessing at this point. And the reason why I like this ender right here is because you can neutralize a lot, normalize a lot of your combos to be plus 26, right? Oh, look at that, plus 26, right? So again, keep in mind that if you do this, jumping medium punch misses, unless you drive rush first. And now I get that, right? Even if I did a bomb setup, I can do something like that, and oh, that was too high. What was the setup here? There was a way I got it so that it was 26 a lot of the times, but keep in mind too, if you really have like a cool sequence here, you can... Oh, look at this, plus 30! Plus 30 because of the Light Vagabond edge hitting really, really low to the ground, right? So, like I said, there's a lot of ways to get to tweak the numbers so that you keep getting what you want, which is really, really, really nice. But plus 26 is nice. But again, God, I wish this worked better. Oh no, that's right. This one is mid-screen. This one does work, right? So this is a really nice one here, okay? So if you're plus 26, dash into heavy kick. If they take the hit and just get hit by this, you're plus 7, you know, so if they just get hit by this, whoops, I did it too late. I can just get the combo afterwards, right? And I can loop this if I wanted to, like so. But then I can change it up to this one instead, you know, so I can swap between the minus 26 and the minus 30s over here to try to keep the opponent guessing here. But another great thing about this one after the dash here is if Ken wakes up by mashing and crouching light punch, my heavy kick trades. And I actually have better frame advantage because of that than I do by normal. If you look at that, I'm plus 12. I'm plus 12, right? So, so I can go into that. So this is a nice setup here, like so. You can also do dash up, crouching medium kick. And what's good about this one is that this hits on the last frame, like that, so I'm plus 7. So that combo's right there. So basically I can dash up and do this, or if I want, if they try to jump away or backdash, I can hit them with that, and it still combos into this. You can also do empty run. And if you're empty run, you're +4, which means I can throw. Right? And so that's really nice. But if I really wanted to, that's still gonna beat wake ups. This will still beat wake ups. And so, ooh, that's right, that one doesn't hit right there. You have to do that if you hit after that follow-up right there. Or you just do, whoops, stuff like this, but they can't get hit low. So if you do choose to do this one, you have to combo in the light kick into that, if I'm not mistaken here. Yeah, it doesn't reach, doesn't reach. But in general, empty run works and empty dash works, right? And so empty run puts you at +4. So if you're +4, +5, these are the best options right here. And the best thing about being +4 in this situation is one, oops. Being +4 gives you enough time to shimmy away. Or if you really want to be fancy, you can still get that there. And so backdashing is just nice because if they do a delayed crouch light punch, you'll be outside of the range. And you might even punish counter that too. So like if they just do a delay crouch light punch, for example. Okay, not that. They have to delay a lot. Okay. Oh, okay, even more than that. But you get the idea. You get the idea. But it's just a nice mobile option here like this. But like I said, you can just walk away too. I used to do this. Whoops. I used to do that, and that's +9, so I would combo into this fun stuff over here. Don't ever, ever, ever do that. Don't ever, ever, ever do that. There is just no point. It looks cool. It makes you feel good. You can do it if you want to cause mental damage. But otherwise, don't ever do this because this cannot hit crouchers. And so if the opponent just decides to do nothing, you die, okay? This is not actually a legit thing. Do not do that. Do not ever do that because shimmy gets you the same thing and a better combo anyway. Speaking of, just to talk about this a little bit here, this is an interesting situation here. If you do get the punish counter on this, I don't do this because I just can't get my muscle memory into this, but you can option select this. Like if you just learn to do the run late, like so, like, oops, not that late. Like if you just learn to do that, if I go over here and do random and I do counter hit and I'll do normal hits here as well, right? So if I do this, you see that? Aha! So basically, this is an option select that only makes you run forward if you happen to punish counter them. Oh, sorry. Hey, I sent you a mention on Twitter a while ago asking a legit question, but never got a response. You know what? I'm terrible at answering stuff on Twitter sometimes. Please pester me as much as you can. But you can ask me the question here right now, so I can answer that question. But this is just a nice way to do this. The reason why sometimes I don't do it is because on counter hit, you do get this combo. Whoops. Let's just do this. You do get that, which is always nice to have. But yeah, there's a long window for you to option select this. I have to get this into my memory because a lot of times when the enemy just blocks and I do this, I'm -4, so if the enemy actually presses a light, they actually get to punish me, and I really gotta stop doing that. So, links to the FAQs I wrote back in the day, GameFAQs.com. GameFAQs.com is the best place to get them. Just go to GameFAQs and do a search for like my CVS2 systems guide, or I think you could just do a search for my name. Just do a search for Jay Chenzor, and if you click on Jay Chenzor, all of my FAQs will pop out that I've written. Now, here's another thing too to talk about here. I like to do this combo. Whoops. I like to do this combo here. That's 2,655 damage. However, okay, let me do the same stuff over here. So that's 2,718 damage. That's 2,795 damage. So that actually does more damage, right? So this actually does more damage as a combo than this option over here. The dangerous part about this one is that look where my drive gauge is at, right? So I'm starting at 3 bars over here. So I went from 3 to 5 bars in that combo. Look what happened there. Look what happened there. So if I do this, I go from 3 to like, I'm like I gained 2.5 bars here. Oops. So yeah, so I've gained about 2 bars right there. Like so, yeah, so about 2 bars like that. But if I do this, I'm down half a block. And why is this happening? Because when you do a raw drive rush, you enter a 5-second cooldown. You can't gain anything passively anymore or with hits. Or, I mean, the hits don't give you a lot, unfortunately. So, see, look at that. Like, I'm not getting anything right there. Like, I'm not getting anything back. So if you are low on drive gauge, don't do that version. Do this version. You're losing 80 damage, was it? Whoops. Obviously, if you're planning to kill the guy, yeah, go ahead and do that. So 95 versus, what was it? 18. So 95 over 18, that's 80, that's 77 damage I'm losing. not a big enough deal to really matter. So if you can, go for this combo instead if you're low on drive gauge. Now, if you happen to have a full drive gauge here, yeah, you can go ahead and do that because I'm still at 5. It's not that bad. But if you're not good at managing your drive gauge right now, just do this every time until you get to that point where you can be like, I'm at full gauge, I'll choose to do this. Oh, I have less drive gauge, I'll choose to do that. If you're not at the point where you are so cognizant of your drive gauge, don't worry about it. It doesn't, no, the combo, it'll start going up, oh, I keep causing more cooldowns, so. I think if I can find a longer, well, actually, I could probably do a super. Let's just try doing a super then. Yeah, see, it's just a 5-second cooldown off of raw drive rush. That's just all it is. Like, it just doesn't let you gain stuff in the middle right there. So, but you know, if I am planning to do something like this, sure, go for it because I'll get all of that drive gauge back during the animation of the super. So that's what I wanted to say about the counter hit stuff. Okay, so like I said, plus 26, you've got some interesting things going on over here. In the corner over here, what was it that I think if I whip light kick? Yeah, that's what it is. So plus 26 with light kick in the crouching medium kick gives me the last frame meaty right there. And if it's easier, you can also do dash in the crouching medium kick. Like that. So it's the same because this is 18 frames and this is 18 frames. So you can always substitute those for each other right there. And then I think if you hit standing heavy kick, you'll get the trade in that situation. Whoops. Yep, you'll get the trade, and then you get the heavy punch afterwards. Etc., right? So again, it's nice because you get the plus 26 in this situation. Like I said, you can get the plus 26 off of this, like so, and now you're plus 26 in that situation. And like I said, if you actually learn to do this target combo, you get more damage, and you're plus 26 again, right? So, oops. Oh, does that not reach? Come on. No, what was I trying to do? I was doing something else. I can't remember. But there's a lot of ways to normalize the combos into plus 26 thanks to this over here. Like I said, there's even like oh yeah, if you do something like this. Yeah, so you get to normalize that to the 26 again. I even had setups that were like plus 26, set up there. So there's a lot of ways to normalize your combo into plus 26 in the corner there, which is why it's a very, very important number to know, right? So plus 26 is a very valuable option here. Now, I want to talk about a very, very unique situation here. If you've noticed, I've been sending you down the path of standing fierce into this a lot. Okay, this is actually gonna become pretty useful because you know, drive rush, crouching medium kick goes into this. Like I said, there's a lot of those you know, meaty trade combos. So if I have him wake up with crouching light punch again, I get, you know, that combo, etc. So I'm leading you down a path of this a lot. So what are you supposed to do off of this, right? So this is where things get kind of interesting here because you get a lot of options off of this. And it depends on what you really, really want to do and how much meter you want to spend, all right? And I'm not gonna get into this one highly right now because this will take a lot. Maybe once I get to the end, but if you need a comeback or you really want to try to kill them now and you have a lot of drive gauge, your choice is this. That is what you want right there. Anytime you land this, go for this because this is where you're gonna start setting up some of the highest level Kimberly mix-ups that you're gonna possibly be able to find. And trust me, there are a lot of really crazy mix-ups you can do in this situation here. If I can remember some of these. Actually, let me take this off here. And let me do this as well, just to make it easier for myself. Oh no, it was, what was I trying to do there? Oh, I have to do my setup, that's right. Oh, I'm supposed to do 2 cans. I didn't do 2 cans. You can do fun things like that. What side was that? I mean, you literally saw the teleport on one side, but it hit on the other side. So that's a fun one that you can do. You can also do stuff like, whoops, oh, look at this, plus 26. That's a sick combo, by the way. You can also do fun things like, oh God, how do I do this? What did I whiff here? I need a frame kill here. I need a frame kill. What was my frame kill on this one? I think I backdashed is what I did, yeah, so, oh no, not backdash. Maybe backdash, forward dash? Let's see. Yeah, stuff like that. Like, you can start getting into some crazy shit like that. Like that. Like, you can just start doing stuff like that. But keep in mind, the reason why this is so good is because that's a hard knockdown. They can't back roll. They can't change their distance. So this is a guaranteed plus 98 situation here. This is plus 98, right? So you have like time forever to do anything you want here, which is why you can do stuff like, oh, that's a fuzzy guard, by the way. Oh, and then I got to the other side. Like I said, I'll do that other setup that I had before. So, if you have a lot to spend, like, if the enemy is at about 80% and you land this whole sequence, like they die, right? Like, if they start at 80%, like so, and I land this whole sequence on them, right? So, like I said, that is like, this is my Hail Mary. I need to win, because if you're wrong, you have spent a lot of drive gauge and you are going to be in a big problem situation. Well, if you don't want to go for the Hail Mary there, stuff like this, if you do land this, the two best follow-ups that you're going to get are, of course, this is the most common one and will get you the most corner carry and the most damage right here. Which is, of course, the alternate Bushin chain into light elbow here. Unfortunately, this ends up putting you at plus 32, and they're really far away. This doesn't really help very much. If you're in the corner, however, dash into heavy kick is a nice option because it hits on the last active frame. So you're plus 10, so you get like fun stuff there. Like that. Oops, I keep missing it, but you can be plus 10. Oh, yeah, it would be worth it. Well, so keep in mind that that sequence that I do is a mix-up, right? And it's a little bit of a shenanigan as well. So if I do this, if I do that, I have no way to end up in front. That's only gonna hit from that one angle. And that's it. That's it. That's the only angle that's gonna hit from. Whoops. And not only that, but you have to count on the fact that they get hit by this meaty first. Right? So you have to count on that. Whoops. And then you have to count on the fact that they're bewildered enough there to not do anything, because the problem is, there's like, what's left? Damage is what I'm looking for. Oops, I just did it too early. You have 9 years to hit Kimberly out of that. Like, she'll die. Like, you're counting on shenanigans that they don't know what's going on, and so that you can catch them, you know, by surprise. There's a lot of simpler ones too, where you can do stuff like this as well. Oh God, and see, like even in that situation, I try to teleport and he just jabs, so if the opponent's just mashing, you can't even get away with it. So like I said, it's a very risky situation to kind of bank on that, but you're just hoping that they're not ready for it. kind of a thing. But back to this over here. Like that's plus 32. If I'm not mistaken, I can do, what was it? Plus 32, do I have that? I don't think I do, yeah. It's basically in this situation over here, like you get the most damage, and I usually just go for dash heavy kick like this because even if they block it, you're plus 5 in this situation, so you have a lot of time to do lots of stuff here. You can just do a standing heavy punch afterwards, you know, like if they're scared and, you know, get this in the run, or just do medium punch in the run, and there's really not much they can do about that, right? So you can do stuff like that, you know, which is really, really scary as well, because then you put them in the run and, you know, and all you're ever doing is hoping that someone tries to jump back after you run at them. Like, that's all you ever hope for. Oops. Because then you get to do fun time stuff like that. So yeah, I just did 6,000 damage off of that, and I've landed that on people in actual matches, and it's fun. It's fun, right? So, the other thing too, you have to be careful of, I should talk about the arc step a little bit here. The arc step is risky because the arc step can get kind of tricky here because I'm trying to think of something else. If you actually do the arc step here, every once in a while you're gonna want to do nothing, because what a lot of opponents like to do is drive rush after you, right? Because if you do arc step into nothing, people like to drive rush after you, okay? So let's actually do this. Oops, record on input, cool, countdown. Let's just do this one here. Let's see, did I get that to work? Block reversal, let's just replace this one. Yeah, so if I do this, I missed it. Okay, let me record this again. I didn't get it as a reversal, but you get the idea. You get the idea here. So if people, a lot of times they'll try to drive rush at you. And if you try to chase someone down, especially in the corner, like after they block this, and they drive rush, they can usually hit you first, and it's not a pretty situation. However, if you are just diligent enough and you do arc step and you ever see them drive rush, you can hit standing heavy punch and there's nothing they can do about it. Or you can, if you want a faster button, hit like standing medium punch, like so. So you can wait a little bit longer, and there's nothing they can do about that. So if you're just diligent and you see the green, you get the hit like that, right? And you can punish them like so. You can also do like, you know, stuff like this. That's probably too slow right there, but yeah, you get the idea. Let me talk a little bit more about the arc step over here. This is actually really good as well, Rook. You won't get it a lot, and I'm bad at this, but it's fun as well. Let's see here. Block reversal. Let's make you neutral jump here, like so. This is the one that messes me up the most. So if I do, you can do this, and it's hard to hit him. You need to Tatsu if you see this. Like Tatsu is probably the easiest one. You can probably do some of the other ones. Heavy Tatsu, if you do it too late, sometimes can go behind them. But the reason why you do that is that even mid-screen, you can get some fun stuff happening over here. Whoops. If you see them back jump after this, wait and then hit standing heavy kick. Standing heavy kick is a very, very good anti-air. It just takes a long time to start up. And in fact, it's very important to know this, this anti-air. What am I trying to do? I'm trying to do this. Because at ranges like this, right, where you can hit that, if I choose instead to do, right, so if I have that as an option over here, so I can get punished, right? So I'll hit it if he presses a button, but if I do nothing, he hits me. So a lot of times when people jump at me at this range, I'm scared if I'm not ready for the Tatsu. If you have the Tatsu ready to go for it. But remember, last second Tatsu loses the jump attacks anyway, which is super annoying. Yeah, like that. But heavy kick is your friend, because heavy kick hits at that angle and it hits very, very far, and it beats a lot of jump attacks. So this is a very, very good anti-air here. And so what happens is that if you get this to happen, you can actually do that. And since you're out of a drive rush, it's a knockdown. And you can get something like that, right? Now you have to be careful because it depends on the height that you hit him. See, that could happen there too. Whoops. So you have to be careful with that. That might just be the safest way to go, or if you really, really just want to be safe, which will work almost every single time, just do a heavy Tatsu and just take your hit, basically. I use this all the time. I use this against Zangiefs because they like to jump at this range, where if I do a crouching heavy punch, they empty jump into SPD. So this works. Now the scariest thing about this button here is that back heavy kick does this and forward heavy kick does that. So you better make sure that you let go of the controller and you're in neutral before you do this. Because if you don't, you will die, okay? So that's one of the toughest things about that. But again, you can chase people down. Oh, that's right. Hey, look, 26. I normalized my combo into a 26. So I can do something like that, right? So I can do that. So that's really, really cool. So that's some more arc step stuff. If they jump forward, there's like nothing you can do, but they can't do anything to you. So that's whatever, honestly. I think you can if you can time it right. Get them like that, you can, but you have to turn the Tatsu in the other direction. And you have to make sure, you know, you get fully behind them, or you can try to do an autocorrect. Yeah, see, that was an autocorrect version. So there's an autocorrect right there. How negative is arc step? It's it's like Mai's target combo. So it's -6. It's -6. So it really can't be punished unless you happen to have a super that goes 6 frames really, really far. But it's really not punishable, which is really nice about that. Which is really nice. Also, if you do this, make sure you hit heavy kick on. Well, again, this is a mini game. I won't get into that one because it's just gonna complicate things. But for now, if you do this and you go backwards, make sure you hit heavy kick on the way back. Because if you do not hit heavy kick on the way back, you can be punished for this because, as you can see, like I'm -22. Ryu can drive rush and just punch me in the face here. But if you hit heavy kick, if he drive rushes, he runs into that. And so he can't really find the time. However, if you hit heavy kick, he can DP you. So it turns into a little mini game there, blah, 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 blah. But like I said, I don't want to get into it. Okay, back to this. So I got distracted, but I want to get back into this here. So as I said, you have this option. And this is for good damage. That's 2450. But again, you're +32. And so what's gonna happen in this situation is your Oki is gonna be very awkward, right? Because like all this stuff is gonna miss. All your +30 options don't work. And so you can find stuff, but it's like not the best. I think you can do this if you want. Whoops. But that's not even a true meaty, I don't think. Yeah, you can get jabbed out of that, so that's not even a true meaty. So +32 is really awkward. So the other option is to go for the standard Bushin chain, which is that now. As you can see, that leaves me +52. And it leaves you right next to me. Okay? You're losing 450 damage. So keep that in mind. You are losing 450 damage, yes. But you get a lot better situations because you're +52 in this situation. So what can you do in this situation? Stand medium punch or empty run? Because watch this. Hey, look, I'm +26. Oh, look at that. I'm +26. All of my +26 mix-ups work. I'm gonna empty run. Oh, I'm +30. Oh, look at that. Oh, look at that. So, I do tend to like to finish my combos with this new knockdown here because it's so easy to frame kill into one of the 26 or the +30 mix-up. I can pick which one I want with standing medium punch or empty run that it lets me keep the enemy on their toes. It can keep the enemy on their toes. So that's a really nice thing. Another tricky one is, ooh, God, what was I supposed to do? No, it wasn't it. Oh, I think it was the grounded version that works on. Yeah, okay, there you go. So if you hit him on the ground, you can do like something like that and get the meaty here. Now, careful here, because that is plus 52, but this is plus 49. And if that's confusing to you guys why that is happening, that is because when I do this, I'm hitting them out of the air. So it takes 3 more frames for them to hit the ground and get up. Whereas on this one, as soon as I kick them, they hit the ground. But if I do this, technically there's 3 more frames before they actually hit the ground. So the height makes a difference. The problem with plus 49 is that this is a really, really awkward number. Kimberly has no way to kill 19 frames. So she cannot get plus 30 off of this scenario. However, crouching strong will give you plus 26. And what's nice about that is that, you know, combos off of this. So now I can get plus 26 in this situation. So I can do a lot of those follow-ups there. Whoops. Oh God, I was so slow on that. What am I trying to do? Crouching strong, that's what it is. You know, stuff like that, or... See, I still get the last frame hit on that, etc., etc. So yeah, so if you do this ground one, you can get this just for the plus 26 kind of situation. You can also do empty dash and your plus 21. So what you can do is just double empty run and your plus 5. So this is just an alternate thing that you can do, and then you can get perfectly timed meaty throw, you get meaty crouching medium punches, crouching medium kicks, like so, or like I said, if you do this and hold jump and hit crouching and do empty jump into crouching medium kick, you will hit them, they can't wake up with a button, and depending on which way they roll, it might be kind of confusing for them, so like, oops, make sure you hold straight down. So I can do stuff like that, but if they roll backwards, then you know, I can go this way and this way, blah, 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 blah. Off of this knockdown here you're talking about? Which one are you talking about, Yako? Yako? Because that's not meaty right there. I need to be plus... I mean, I need to whip something. Okay, let's try. Not 18, 19, 20, 21. I need to have... But see, she doesn't have anything 21. If I do crouching strong, I can be meaty that I'm safe, but it's not necessarily a great situation. And also the slide on meaty at best is -1, I think, so I'm not necessarily a fan of it. I think that also works in the plus 52 situation. Yeah, that's last frame. But because it's not a drive rush, it's 0 on block. So obviously drive rush will add 4 more frames, and that makes me plus 4. But if you really want to just catch someone by surprise, you can do this. And if they don't block it, you are plus 6, so you get the whole combo off of that. Whoops. So you do get that. You do get that. So, that's plus 26 and plus 30. Those are like my favorite knockdown numbers to have because, like I said, it gives you a lot of stuff, right? Oh, if you do the alternate one, I think that hits meaty there. Does it work when you hit him out of the air too? Whoops. Oh, that's right. It's that knockdown. That's right. Okay. Never mind. Yeah, that doesn't work. Okay. So that's kind of like the 26 and the 30. So I want to go over a couple of extra ones. Plus 47-ish, plus, you know, basically as long as I can get like plus 47 so I can get a meaty here. So obviously this is plus 47 here. You know, stuff like this. You know, this is plus 56, which is excessive, but basically as long as you're around plus 47 or more, then you can set up a bomb, right? So this is plus 52. This is plus 48. So if you have stuff like this that can give you, you know, shut up, plus 44, not good enough. Oh, by the way, if you really want to kill off of this scenario, you can always do this. And, so that leads into that. I haven't even gone into all the crazy double bomb setups that she has right now. Oh boy. There's a lot with this character. But basically trying to get enough plus frames. Oh, you can also do that. Don't do the last hit, that's plus 47. You can do the last hit, that's plus 49. So these are all setups to get you bomb setups, right? By the way, if you don't have to use this move, don't use it in a combo. So if you ever do something like this, this is the wrong combo path, all right? You always want to do this. Right, that's what you want to do. If you ever do this into this air throw, you are doing the wrong combo route. That will hurt your damage a lot. Because this move adds a ton of scaling and it barely does any damage to begin with. And so your combo is always gonna do less damage. The only time I think that this is absolutely necessary is one bomb into throw. This is the only thing that's gonna hit in that scenario. So if you're doing this, that's the only time that you wanna do that. 42 is the sweet spot for safe jumps for every character. Every character, practically. Some characters have slower safe jumps than others. However, Kimberly lost a lot of her cool safe jump setups, right? Like, this was a common safe jump setup here, but due to changes in the way that the arc step works, this is now plus 43, which really kind of sucks. Another one that was really popular was this, plus 43. So these are not safe jumps anymore. So this is, thank you for the segue into the next mix-up that I wanted to get here. So it sucks, right? Because Kimberly had this really cool mix-up off of a safe jump that she had before that she can't do off of this setup right here. That used to be a fuzzy. Now it's not because he's plus 43 instead of plus 42. Which really sucks, right? But not as hard as it sounds originally. However, if you hold forward on the controller when you start an arc, when you start a run, you can delay the follow-up, right? You can delay the follow-up. Well, if you look here, as you can see on the, oops. Take a look at the screen over here. You're gonna see that there's a plus 18 window before the arc step starts to continue. If you can hold the controller for, like, if you see that, that was, I held it for an extra, so 22 right there. So basically, between, if you can get it between, I think, 19 and 22, so that's 18. So you just hold it very briefly. Whoops. If you hold it very briefly, oops. Now I'm plus 42. What you're doing is you're letting Ryu drop just a tiny bit lower so that you get your original plus 42 setups over here. And now I get my fuzzy here again. So that's the fuzzy setup right there. So if I record Ryu to do, in fact, I think I might already have a recording of this. Is it this one? Let me see. That's on block. Was it this one? Yep, there it is. So that's high block into low block right here. Whoops. So that one you have to go for the air throw unless we double bomb. And then you go for the crazy setup. I think I withstand light kick is what it is. Etc., etc., etc. The other thing that you want to do here when you do the fuzzy guard, and this is just for everybody, when you actually hit jumping heavy kick, put a drive parry in there before you hit up forward. So do a heavy kick, drive parry, up forward. And the reason for that is if they decide to wake up with an Odi Shoryuken instead, that happens. So now I get maximum punish that way, and I don't ever have to worry about a wake-up attack from the enemy, because if they block it like I want them to, like so, the jump block stun eats your drive parry input. So it's never gonna come out. But if they actually wake up with an Odi Shoryuken, you whiff, and that actually registers the drive parry. Or I just block sometimes. But that is the ways to get your safe jump setups back. So if you can cognizantly make sure you do the run late like that, you can get your 42 frames back for safe jump setups, you know, and etc., and do really fun stuff at that point. Like I said, there's a lot of double bomb setups over here, but the last thing I want to do for Oki is plus 22. plus 22 is also another really nice thing to have, but it's going to be very, very hard to use outside of the corner because you need to be plus 22 and right next to the opponent. Okay, so easiest way to get plus 22, anything that ends in a grounded medium tatsu. A grounded medium tatsu is plus 22. The reason why this is really good is because back heavy kick is 22 frame startup. Normally when this hits, you're plus 4. Like, seriously? The damage you get off of this is really pathetic. Like, I just got 2,000 damage for burning myself up from doing this combo. Like, it's just sad, right? And so, like, okay, well, then I won't spend any meter. I'll just use it to set something. Set what up? Like, the only thing that you get is this into a tatsu or light vagabond edge, right? And it's like not really that impressive, right? So I can't even get like that because that doesn't combo or anything. Well, back heavy kick has 2 active frames. So if I can hit on the second active frame, I can get more fun stuff off of that. And that is a plus 22 setup right there. And you can always tell that you got it because Kimberly's leg will be pointing to 6 o'clock. If you do not, you see how she's kind of pointing to 5 o'clock a little bit with her leg? If you see that it's pointing to 5 o'clock, then you gotta do that. But if you actually get it so it's pointing straight down, then you know you got it to work. And so now you get fun stuff off of this. Right? And then, you know, there will be things like, what was it? What did I do? I think it was it light tatsu? Or did light tatsu just not have enough juggle potential here? Yeah, it wasn't this. I must have did it off of this one. Oh, it was off of this. That's what it was. If you do light tatsu, you're plus 22 in that situation. It doesn't come up as much for me anymore because I don't do the air throw as much. If you do this and like do a really late jump medium punch into that, you can frame kill with a dash and you'll be plus 22. Like that, you're plus 22. If you do this is the fun one. Plus 22. So if you're in the corner and you do this ender, crouch heavy punch into that, ends with this setup over here, which lets you set up cans. And see, that's the interesting thing is that normally if you land this, you don't get a can setup. Unless you spend a bunch of drive gauge, you can't get a can setup. But if you can get it meaty like this, now I get a can setup, right? Without spending any meter at all. So if you can find these situations where you end up being plus 22, you can get that. And a lot of it is gonna come from the tatsus and sometimes you just can't make it work. But you know, there's a few interesting scenarios that I have found that make it work, that actually work. That's not gonna do. That's plus 27. What is the heavy kick one? That is plus 23. Yeah, so you're not gonna be able to do it right off of this. But there's a lot of like little crazy ways that you can get to plus 22. I don't use it as often. The ones that I use the most right now are this one here. Like that, and then I do use this one every once in a while. And there's another one that I used a lot and I can't remember what it is anymore. Shoot. Yeah, maybe that was it right there. Let me just make that. Whoops. Plus 22, that was one of them, yeah. So, you know, you can do more stuff like that. There's a lot of fun things you can do with Kimberly to get that meaty overhead there. It's really nice. This one is plus 28, so yeah, there's no way to get it on this one over here. Pretty sure I had one more that I used often in actual matches, and I can't remember what it is anymore. Also, another thing, forward throw in the corner over here, overhead hits, which is fun. I have won a lot of matches by doing this. When the throw doesn't kill, they're like, oh, he's not walking forward, so I don't want to ODDP. And then I hit him and then they die, right? So one of the nice things you can do is if you hit him, then you can throw out stand medium kick like that. And if you can learn to do a micro walk, light vagabond edge there, it's the safe one and plus on block, on hit, like so. Whoops. You know, etc., etc., etc. If you ever land the regular air throw like this, you can also do a micro walk, light vagabond edge to get into perfect distance for that. Like so. It is not privileged at all, Mr. Mixer. It's actually one of the least privileged overheads. Because like I said, yeah, you can combo off of this and this is great, but like, look at that. The only way to extend it is jab, drive rush, jab. And that's already at 55% scaling. So I can't do any damage off of this anymore. Now, obviously, I could do... I did something wrong there. You know, I could do that and I can get 4,000 damage. I can get 4,000 damage here. That's cool. But I want to show you something, Mr. Mixer. Here's something fun. Ooh, plus 8. I can get fun stuff off of this. No, I can't do that. Let's do that, right? Ooh, cool. Oh, that doesn't reach. Let's do just this then. Yeah, all right. So I do this. Look at the scaling on the second button. It's at 75% already. You want to know what every other overhead in this game doesn't do? You want to know what every single overhead in this game doesn't do? Cause any scaling. Everybody else is 100% damage after their drive rush overhead. Everybody. Hey, look. At least Jamie, they don't gaslight you like they do for Kimberly. Okay? As long as they don't, it's a good thing they don't gaslight you with him. Oh, he has the 10% scaling. Oh, no, he doesn't have any scaling. He doesn't have any scaling. He just starts at 90%. But if I actually get myself to 100% damage, he doesn't have any scaling either. But Kimberly, the second button is scaled to 75%. So she does not have the ability to murder you off of this like everyone else does. And like I said, at least with Jamie, they don't gaslight you, because he does 1080 damage here, and he says 90%, and Kimberly does 1080 damage. $1082 damage, and it says 100%. They actually are trying to make you believe Kimberly starts at normal damage. Look at this. Okay, let's get someone like Ryu back over here. Look at this. Standing medium kick, 700 damage, right? Kimberly? Oh, 540? Standing medium punch, 540? Like, standing heavy punch, 630? Like, why is everybody else's damage at perfect 100s? Like, every single one of these moves are perfectly divisible by 100, but Kimberly, 540, 270, 180, 630, 630, 720. Oh, because she's not actually doing 100% damage. She's actually doing 90% damage. She's actually doing 90% damage because when you activate her level 3, notice how much damage her normals do all of a sudden. 599. She does 111% damage now. They scale her damage to 111%, which is the dumbest number humanly possible. So now all of her buttons are doing the divisible by 100s, and her throw will actually do 1200, except all of it is less by 1. Why don't you just make her start at 90%, and when she activates this, she's at 100? Why are you telling us that this is 100%, when clearly this is just 90% damage? I have lost rounds because my throw is only 1082. I have lost a lot of rounds because a 1200 damage throw would have killed somebody, and it didn't kill them, and then I died. And like I said, at least with Jamie, it tells you it's at 90%. At least it tells you at 90%. And again, Mr. Mixer, like, why do I get all this scaling here? Whoops. That's 42,000, right? 4,300. 4,300. And then, like, I don't remember what Ryu's optimal combo is. What is that? +7. And then I think this is 7 frames, yeah. So you could do like, God, what was it? Like, that doesn't work. Was there a target combo off of this? No, or did they have okay. It was something like, just do this, right? Yeah, so I could just do something like, yeah, okay. Oops. Oh, I have to do medium DP. I just did 5280 damage for a completely unoptimized Ryu combo. I just did 5280 for a combo that I barely did anything with. Like, obviously I can do more stuff like that, right? Look at this, like, God, what can I do here? So how much damage is this gonna do? 5, 4, 4, 7. And for Kimberly, like spending the same amount of drive gauge can only get 4289. So trust me, Mr. Mixer, her overhead is not very blessed. Her overhead is not very blessed. Oh, what's up, Cammy? What's going on? I'm just showing people why Kimberly's overhead is not as broken as a lot of people think it is. Because also the other thing too is that you can't even link into it from most ranges, right? Like you have to be like point blank to get them with this thing, right? So you have to find a really good situation to land this thing in. And then Ryu's overhead has the startup of 20 frames, and Kimberly's has the startup of 22 frames. There's a lot of downsides to this overhead, honestly, so. You're talking about Kimberly? Nobody has a faster jab than anybody else. Everybody's jab is 4 frames. Nobody has a faster jab, and all of her light buttons have no range. Oh, you're talking about like on width, basically. On width? That's an interesting question. 13 frames. 13 frames. And guess what? Cammy has a 13 frame stand jab. Look at this button over here. Right? And, oh, look at this. Oh, look at this. I don't even get the cool range that all these characters get. I get no cool range off of this. And then on counter hit, God, what is it? Do I not have counter hit turned on? Oh, I can't do it from the recording. Oh, there it is. Yeah, look at this. Like, dude, that's ridiculous range. Right? And for Kimberly, I'm +7. Remember what I said was a useless, remember a number here? No, her lights are awful. Her lights are not good. Yeah, that's where Cammy is. I mean, that's where Kimberly is, so unfortunately. So again, she has no range on her buttons. So like I said, if you just stand outside the standard range, you know, that everybody else is threatening from, she doesn't have anything else that hits you, right? But with Cammy, she's got stand medium kick that hits a little bit further than the standard range here. You know, this is standard range right here. But she's got standing medium kick, which hits a little further than that, or about the same, but she has standing heavy kick as well, and this button is amazing. Every character in this game has a button that is farther range than the standard range, except for Kimberly. She is the only one that doesn't have one. Now, that doesn't make her bad, because she's obviously very, very good. But a lot of people like to be like, oh my god, her neutral is so strong, her standing medium kick is so good. And it has less range than most crouching medium kicks, so I don't know. I I don't know. And yeah, she like so everyone's like, yeah, but her crouching medium kick is plus on block, right? That's so cheap, right? Like, look at this. It's plus on block. Look how good this is, right? Oh my God, she gets to be plus on block. And then they decided to give that to Aki. I'm +1. Oh, and look at the great range on my crouching medium kick. Oh, look, I'm +5. Oh, cool. All right, let's try Kimberly here. Right? Like, why does Kimberly's crouching medium kick have to suffer so much when they gave a much better version to Aki over here? Right? Like, it's so weird. And then the funnest test of all. Yeah, but all right, here's another example here. All right, so I get a cool plus here, right? As you mentioned, right? So what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna set up a block reversal for Lily. I'm gonna have her do standing light kick after 2 blocks, like so. Oops, what was it? Where am I in that situation before you do that? Let's see. I am +5, and then I do another one. I'm only +1, that's right. Oh yeah, oh, that's what I wanted to do. Okay, so I'm gonna have her do this after 3, okay? Okay, look, having a +1 on block crouching medium kick would be nice if my counter hit jab actually hit anybody. So it only works at point blank range. Anything farther away gets me nothing. So
James, switch the cameras.
I have the right cameras right now, but you just wanted to see what that did. So in other words, okay, I'm +1, but cool. Unless I'm literally point blank, I really don't get anything off of this. Right? I can trade with the standing light kick, but I'm -1. I can trade with standing light punch, but oh God, I'm just losing. But I'm -1. Like, and again, like I said, Kimberly at +7 doesn't, oh, +6 is even worse than I thought. So basically, you know, yeah, it's nice to have this B+, and one of the best things about Kimberly is that that is a true block string. So you can't OSDP in the middle of that, and that lets me be +5, right? But as soon as I do that, I have basically turned myself into no harm. If I hit you, if I don't do a 4-frame button, I can't beat you like this. Like, you are free to press your 4-frame button at this point. Because if you do press your 4-frame button, whoops. you will beat every other button I have. Or trade. Or supposed to trade. There it is, the trade. Or I hit you and I get nothing. Right? And that's just how it goes. Obviously, I could try to do something like this if I wanted to risk it. The nice thing about that is if you do nothing... Oh, I do hit you. Crap. Yeah, so I'll be -4 and I'll die anyway. So, you know, it's just one of those things, right? Like, I have to be this close in order to make my crouching medium kick a threat to you. And it's really hard to get this close with Kimberly and land this on people. Like I said, I have all the cool setups for it, and that's why I have all the OP pressure here. You know, stuff like this. But again, if you block it, like, I'm put in a range now, even though I'm +2 because it's meaty. It should have been +3. So now I'm +3, but I'm in an impotent range here, right? So, like, I can do that, but even if I trade again, whoops. Oh, that actually wins. I guess I could do another crouching medium kick, or I guess, let's see, what if I did this? That's only +7. That's +8, which means that that's not gonna hit. Well, it shouldn't have traded, actually. Hang on a second. Whoops. Why is that oh, I'm still late on it. Okay, so that wins, but that's only +5. So I can't do anything off of that. I can't confirm off of that. I'm +9, but that's not gonna hit. Right? I think I can get sweep there. I think I can get sweep there. Guess I'm wrong. So yeah, basically, a lot of the things that, you know, people say make Kimberly strong aren't really that strong. Now, again, she is very strong in a lot of other ways. Modern's not gonna do any different. Modern has the same frame data. If they block it off of a drive rush, it's +5. It's +5 on block. So that is nice, for sure. And like I said, the best thing about it is that that is a true block string, this is a true block string, so you can't DODDPOS in between. So if I hit you, I get a cool combo off of this. So I get a cool combo off of this. Whoops. I mean, a lot of scaling, that was only 2,000 damage, right? If I switched it to this, it would probably be better. Meh. Not that much better. But it is nice because I never have to worry about an ODDP coming in between if they block it, because standing medium kick causes a lot more hits block stun than a lot of other stuff. Oh, I see what you're saying. You're talking about well, so it's not auto-timed is the problem. So you would have to manually time it to hit on the last frame like that. So it'd be +7 in that situation. But there's no way for me to do a proper frame kill into that because I have nothing that will kill 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 frames. I have no way to kill 7 frames. And so I'm not gonna be able to do that off that setup right there unless it's manually timed and I might miss it, etc., etc. The reason why I do dash in the crouching medium kick is that that is automatically timed so that the last active frame hits, so I get the +3 and the +7 on hit. I visually time my meaties when I played with Aki. I timed it based on the character hitting the floor, but I can kind of do that. You can, you shouldn't. Now, in certain situations, you might have to, but in this game, the characters have so many ways to get accurate frame kills that you can get a lot better. Okay, last thing, Rook, and this is not me doing cool Kimberly tech. This is me being sad about Kimberly tech over here. So Lily is known for having basically like the worst crouching medium kick in the game, right? Yeah, Kimberly literally has the shortest crouching medium kick in the game. Like, objectively speaking, it is the shortest range. Why? Because it's plus on block and it's a low. That's really good. It's really, really good to have a plus on block low. So let's make sure it doesn't have any range, right? And then they were like, oh, you know what? Whatever. +1, +1, +1, +1, +1, +1, +1, +1, +1. Oh, I'm +5. Look at that. +5. Now, the good thing about her crouching light kick is, yes, her crouching light kick is shorter range than her crouching medium kick. Her crouching medium kick and standing medium punch have the same range. And then crouching medium punch, then crouching light kick, crouching light punch, standing heavy kick, and crouching heavy punch is the order in which her horizontal moves hit the farthest. Now, I will say this, one of the best things about Kimberly is they are really nice to her drive rush. She might have actually one of the best drive rushes, not in terms of speed, like, you know, or the fact that, you know, she'll run across the whole screen like Jury does, but she has one of the best drive rushes because everything she does carries more momentum than most other characters. Like, look at that light kick right there. And in fact, I won't use Chun-Li at first because Chun-Li is a really bad example. Let's try Jury here. So if I did drive rush light kick, you see how much I slide forward on that? Like, you see how Jury just stops, right? As soon as I light kick, she just stops, right? If I jab, she just stops. With Kimberly, like, the jab stops a little bit, but then, like, you start looking at this light kick, she goes really far. And look at my medium kick, dude. Like, I go really far with that. Like, even Jury, like, yeah, Jury's is a pain in the butt to deal with. But look how far away I am from the middle of the screen. I'm basically kind of where I started from, right? So this is obviously a really good button, but I'm kind of back to where I started from. Whereas with Kimberly, if I do this, look at that. Like, you can see that she's a lot farther forward here with this dry rush. Her heavy punch goes forever. Like, that's a really good button. Like, drive rush heavy punch is really good. And now look at her heavy kick. Dude, her heavy kick goes forever. Look how far she goes. Right? I mean, she goes really far. So she has a lot of really good, and even her crouching light kick. So this is one of the things that I use a lot with her, is at this range right here where people are beating me up. And I didn't start using this until very recently either, is that drive rush crouching light kick is hella good with Kimberly. Might be one of the best drive rush crouching light kicks in the game. Honestly, like, might be one of the best ones in the game. Because there's basically no range where it doesn't hit with this, because, I mean, at max range, obviously, but it's really fast, it catches people off guard, it works from way further away than a lot of others characters do. And so this catches a lot of people off guard. It's like one of the best drive rush sneak attacks. 5 frames, and look how early I get to press it, right? Like, I can just press it and I just slide in there, and then it combos into the stand medium punch because it's +8. So, you know. So just inside of this range. So where I was talking about that range where everybody else has buttons like this, or like this, or like this, you know, these great buttons. For Kimberly, her version of that is honestly that, right? And if you can do it as fast as possible, what is that? That's what, like 13, 14, 15, 16 frame startup, basically. So yeah, if you can do it perfectly like that, that's 12, 13, 14, 15, 16 frame startup, right? Whereas, you know, like this has 15 frame startup, that's obviously faster, and this is 17 frame startup. But this is how Kimberly threatens from this range. You know, where she has to stand outside here is she can sneak in with this. And she can do it from pretty far too. So it's really good for her. So I didn't use this a lot before. I kept trying to dry rush with this because I wanted, you know, max damage, you know, into, whoops. I wanted max damage stuff. I tried to dry rush in the medium punch like this, but the medium punch would miss a lot. This does work, but it's still 1 frame slower, and this catches a lot of people standing. So I've started using this a lot more. And yeah, you don't get any damage off of it, but it's 1 bar, you get 1449 damage, and you get a lot of corner carry. And not only that, but you send a lot of messages to your opponent that now they have to be scared at this range. So they gotta low block a little bit more, because again, Kimberly has no way to punish you for standing. because her crouching medium kick has no range. She can slide, but if you block that, she's punishable. I can sweep, but if you block that, she's punishable. And so that becomes one of the biggest low threats that she has, is this move right here. So this actually becomes really important for Kimberly. And so I think it's really, really strong here. And I mean, like, the reason why I brought up Chun-Li earlier is because Chun-Li, in my opinion, has like one of the worst drive rushes in the game. I don't know why they did this to her, but like, she can drive rush, like she goes pretty decently distanced here, but I don't know what it is, but they just decided that Chun-Li will have no momentum on anything she does. She, like, what the hell? Like, a lot of people's heavies give them extra momentum, but, like, the one that makes her go the farthest is this, obviously. And then also, the move that hits everyone for no reason, that move. And it's not even that much momentum. But she really gets no momentum off of her drive rushes. So she can't threaten, you know, with the drive rush like a lot of other people can. Look at that. Like, oh my God. And this is one of her biggest weaknesses, honestly. She's only +4 off of that? Oh, that's okay. She can do that at least. Oh, it combos into the medium one now too, doesn't it? That was one of the things they checked. God damn. Yeah, it does now. It combos into the medium one, so. Yeah. It's probably better that she doesn't have it, but like I said, it's just shocking how particularly bad it is. And then meanwhile, Kimberly's like, let me slide across the screen here, whee! Dude, like, look at that. If I delay the button press, look at that! In one drive rush, I can just be like, at the end, and I'll still reach you, dude, so. Again, so her problem is that she has the startup. So she has that startup, you see where she kind of does that little bounce? So she doesn't move forward particularly fast right away. She has good speed, but then also you see that she doesn't go clear across the screen. For characters like Jury and DJ, the reason why their drive rushes, and Bison, honestly, the reason why their drive rushes are so good is because Jury just goes. She doesn't have that startup. And look, and she literally runs across the entire screen. Right? So she's just in your face instantly, right? And then DJ, I mean, like I said, he's the jump scare. Look at this. He's the diesel jet, as I always call him. He has that little startup there, but then he just springs forward. Like, after that initial, like, I think he springs forward farther, like, faster than anybody else, which is why it's so scary, because coupled with the fact that he does have a little bit of a slow startup actually helps him out a little bit, because now if I try to start it, see, because of that little slow startup, but then he makes up for the distance so fast that it's easy to be late now, right? So he covers that little middle ground so fast, you know, that you like, it's actually easier to hit too early than it is against, say, Jury. So, the thing about it is, as you can see from DJ's over here, you know, he does have some momentum, especially off of that one, the Sunrise heel. And that one is pretty good here. But I do think that Kimberly has the best momentum off of Drive Rush normals out of every character in this game. I haven't really checked it in comparison to Mai, but I don't think Mai's is as good either. That one's not bad, actually. But I still don't even think it's good as Kimberly's. Yeah, Kimberly still moves a little farther. It's still pretty good. Look at that. It's not bad. That one is good. Holy crap. That's a good one. That's a good one. Kimberly, like, doesn't miss anything. The only thing, I mean, like, the craziest thing is, like, look, for Kimberly, 4-frame button, 4-frame button, 5-frame, 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 right? And then Mai is like 4-frame, 4-frame, 5-frame, 4-frame. She has 3 4-frame buttons, dude. Like, what the hell, dude? The only problem is the range on her buttons are really bad, right? Crouching light kick has the best range, and you can see how far away. I mean, it hits pretty good for a ranged button for a light, but even like Kimberly, like, I mean, look at that. Look at the range on that, right? So one of her only weaknesses is that her light buttons have no range. That's like one of the only weaknesses that she has, and that she doesn't have plus frames, but plus enough for you? Or plus enough for you? You know, like, I don't think she's really hurting for plus frames over here. Oh my God. What happened, Shay? What happened? I mean, was it natural causes or was it something else? Oh, man. But yeah, next time I do another one of these Kimberly training sessions, I'll do, I'll show all the bomb setups, you know, once you get those in there. You know, I'll show you all of the crazy setups you can do with Kimberly and bombs and all that stuff like that. So, but I'm so sorry, Shay. I'm so sorry. Oh, it's awful. I'm trying my best, Milky Tall. It's hard, you know. Life comes at you fast. And as soon as I get one thing, life will get a lot better, so. Dang. Was he in the military, Shay? Was he part of the military? I think they were smart to make it so that Kimberly's crouching medium kick is one of the ones with the least amount of momentum on it, but it's still pretty good, especially because it leads to that. That's bizarre, Shay. That's bizarre. Like, was there any suspicion of foul play or anything like that? Or any sort of like government things going on, you know? Yeah, Marisa's really good. I do think that Kimberly is better than Marisa, for sure. Like, I'm not even sure if that's even questionable at this point. But she's in a better place. She's in a much better place than she was before. I mean, was it this? Oh, that's right. It's fully charged. It's just painful. I mean, 3,900 damage. It's so good. What about your family, though? What about the rest of your family? Did they get anything or no? Oh, that's right. She has to do it. That's what she has to do. I'm sorry, Shay. God, life is just not getting... It's like... When it rains, it pours kind of thing, right? Coming out. I'm not hitting forward. God, that's significantly more damage. Holy crap. Not significantly over that, but... That's the most damage right there. Oh. Oh, that one? Oh, so they can't walk away? Oh, man. Yep. Yeah, because otherwise, this was basically useless as a charge attack. Wow. As long as it hits, you can't walk away. Yeah, that is really nice. Marisa's one of the characters that I like just never really messed with all that much, which is why I have trouble fighting her. And then I also like I'm just not familiar with her routes that well. It's very odd. TR charge 6 HK? Yeah, I can see that. That is really nice. God, I swear whenever I fight this character, I just get mauled because I have no range. So like every time she does this thing, like I'm so scared. Yeah, she does lose a lot, but I mean there are a lot of people that you can still find use out of her for sure. Yeah, because you can charge this a little bit, there's no option selectable window for that. So like if I delay this for 2 frames or 3 frames like so, if I did, I block, but if I did, I get hit, but I can delay my punch a little bit to kill the option selects. Oh yeah, because her crouching light kick reaches really far. That's why. +8? Oh, that's because I hit on the last active frame. Should be +6, yeah. Which means she gets that. This is not fast enough. That would have to be it right there. But, God, it just has no range. That's what you have to do right there. Charge characters do benefit a lot, honestly. Oh, whoa. So you can do... Oh, I see what you're saying. Like that, basically. She needs a really, really good crouching medium kick because she doesn't get the drive rush cancel off of it. That's right, they changed it to be +7. That was one of the big buffs, right? Because now she can do that, where she couldn't do that before. So if you actually you actually get a better combo off of this. Well, I didn't get a chance to get to play any Elena, obviously, because I had too much to say about Kimberly. So I'm gonna go ahead and call it a night, unfortunately. So I'll try to stream tomorrow and actually get some Elena play in there, because I definitely want to get her to master. But I've been streaming for like 3 hours now. It feels like it's been longer than that. But I'm also kind of hungry. And I don't know why, but I'm feeling a little lightheaded right now. So I think I really do need to stop. So oh boy. So yeah, I need to get the food. I need to get some food. The cats are around here somewhere. They're chilling on probably some of the chairs over here and stuff. Yeah, I guess, you know, since I didn't get any to Elena matches, I can get to the cat feeding over here. So I can definitely let you guys check out some cat feeding over here. So where am I? Let's see here. I want to go over here. What am I trying to do over here? Oh, one of the cats was over here this whole time. Interesting. I can turn that off here, and then I can turn this on over here. Pew! And that will bring up the little circle in the middle of the screen. And then I go over here. Oh God, my phone is low on batteries. Okay. Okay, I'm gonna have to mute this microphone.
Come on now.
Test.
Get into the groove.
All right.
You can try this one too.
Let's see. Where did you go? Where did you go, Jasmine? Oh, there you are. Nathan. Again, sorry, my house is a mess. I know, I apologize. I need to clean up my house a little bit more.
Come on now. Get into the groove.
Oh, there he is. Why are you so...
You can try this one too.
Alright, let's go feed cats. Okay. I don't need this one, but I do need this. That's called old man noises, when you gotta squat down like that.
Come on now.
Not a second,
Get into the
guys.
groove. You can try this one too.
Yep. Got some petromalt for the cats over here. This petromalt here. Eats while Nathan waits patiently. What a good cat. He's usually a spoiled cat, but he waits patiently for his turn for food. Here we go. Yum, 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 yum. Oh man, I should have.
Come on now.
Sorry.
Get into the
Should have washed
groove.
my hands before this because I've just been playing on the joystick all day.
You can try this one too.
Sorry, Jasmine. Well, by now, Jasmine's probably cleaned my hand here. Sorry.
gross. I'm sorry, Jasmine. Just a little left. There's a little left. Oh, you missed it. There's a little left on the side. No, on this side right here. There you go. Oh, you got it. You got it. Good girl. Good girl. All right. Let's get some more.
Come on now. Get into the groove.
Also, just so you guys know, I
You
can't
can try
see
this
the
one
chat
too.
when I do this, unfortunately. So, if you guys are saying anything to me, I do not know what you're saying. Here comes Jasmine because she wants to see if she can sneak some in away from Nathan. Look at this. Look at Jasmine. She's just moving to the side. No, Jasmine. No, Jasmine. It's no more for you. It's all for Nathan now. It's all for Nathan. Yeah.
Come on now. Get into the groove.
Boy. Good boy. All right. Let's now
You can
get
try this
yeah.
one too.
some foods. Some fuzz. Yes. My sink is dirty as well. Please leave me alone. Please do not criticize my messiness over here. I've been having trouble getting my brain to clean. Although, to be honest, I did clean a lot. Oh shoot! I got some. Okay, yeah. Whatever. I got stuff I need to take care of as well. So I will do
Come
that
on now.
in a second.
Get into the groove.
Too many
You can
things
try this
on the
one,
brain over here. Too many things on the brain, and they just keep interrupting each other. No, Jasmine. Do not go in there. All right. There we go.
Come on now. Get into the groove. You can try this one too.
Don't give her too much at a time. This stuff is expensive. So I give her just a little bit. There you go. Now, of course, Nathan's bowl goes on top of the fridge as usual. And Jasmine's is down. So there you go. There we go. And then Nathan, come on up, boy.
Come on now. Get into the groove.
And power up. There it is.
You can try this one too.
Good boy. Good boy. Look at you. Look at you. What a sweet, sweet cat. Oh, Nathan is a good cat. Nathan is a good cat. Which is surprising because Nathan can be a spoiled little boy every once in a while.
Come on now. Get into the groove.
Recently, he's been very
You
good.
can try this one too.
Here we go. Jasmine. Jasmine. Hi, buddy. I don't give him the dental bite dry food because I swear to God he swallows them whole. So like
Come on now. Get into the
they
groove.
do absolutely no good because he doesn't crunch them. He's just like
You
whatever.
can try this one too.
Freaking cat. Oh my God, what a cat. You are such a cat. You know that, Nathan? You are a cat. All right. Look, Jasmine. Jasmine. Look at you. Oh. Cute girl.
Come on now. Get into the groove.
Hi. Hi.
You can try this one too.
Be excellent to each other. And
I was muted. I gave my speech. Please be excellent to each other. Black lives matter, trans lives matter, women's life choices matter, Palestinian lives matter. Be excellent to each other. Party on. And I'll see you guys next time. Peace.
be excellent to each other. And party on, dudes!